Discovering Anti-Aging Secrets from the World's Longest Living Vertebrate by Society for Experimental Biology. New experimental research shows that muscle metabolic activity may be an important factor in the incredible longevity of the world's oldest living vertebrate species, the Greenland shark. These findings may have applications for conservation of this vulnerable species against climate change, or even for human cardiovascular health. Greenland sharks, Somniosus microcephalus, are the longest living vertebrate with an expected lifespan of at least 270 years and a possible lifespan beyond 500 years. We want to understand what adaptations they have that allow them to live so long, says Ewan Camplisson, PhD student, University of Manchester, UK. Previously, it was thought that this long lifespan was due to the shark's cold environment and minimal movement, but the factors behind the extreme longevity of the species appears to be far more complex, prompting Camplisson and his team to investigate alternative theories. Most species show variation in their metabolism when they age, says Camplisson, and we want to determine if Greenland sharks also show this traditional sign of aging, or if their metabolism remains unaltered over time. But I want to say that vertebrates basically have bone skeletons. The sharks don't have bone skeletons, they're cartilage. That's why wherever you find dolphins, there are no sharks. Dolphins are vertebrates, and when they ram into sharks, the sharks die immediately because they break their cartilaginous spinal skeleton. Now, going back to this, maybe because of the cold weather, the dolphins are not up there in Greenland because of the cold waters, and that's why these sharks live longer. That's just my comment, but let's go back to this. Most species show variation in their metabolism when they age, says Camplisson. We want to determine if Greenland sharks also show this traditional sign of aging, or if their metabolism remains unaltered over time. And to measure the metabolism of the sharks, Camplisson and his team conducted enzyme assays on preserved muscle tissue samples from Greenland sharks. They measured the metabolic activity of these enzymes with a spectrophotometer across the range of different shark ages and environmental temperatures, and surprisingly, Camplisson and his team found no significant variation in muscle metabolic activity across different ages, suggesting that their metabolism does not appear to decrease over time and may play a key role in their longevity. This is quite different to most animals, which tend to show some variation in their metabolic enzyme activity as they age, she said. The results support our hypothesis that the Greenland shark does not show the same traditional signs of aging as other animals. The results of the study also show that the Greenland shark's metabolic enzymes were significantly more active at higher temperatures. And this would suggest that the shark's red muscle metabolism is not specially adapted for the polar environment. Otherwise, we would have expected to see less of a temperature-related difference in activity, he said. In a world with a rapidly changing climate, long-lived species that are less able to adapt may be at the most at risk of extinction. A female Greenland shark may not become sexually mature until it's 150 years old, and with such a long generation time, the species will have far less of a chance to adapt to anthropogenic changes in their environment, Camplisson said. He plans to test more enzymes and tissue type to gain an even deeper understanding of the shark's metabolic activity. He says, my ultimate goal is to protect the species, and the best way to do that is to better understand them. Camplisson is also interested in possible applications of this research for our understanding of human heart disease. By studying the Greenland shark and its heart, we may be able to better understand our own cardiovascular health, he says. These are issues that become progressively more common and severe with increasing age. And this is provided by Society for Experimental Biology. The research is being presented at Society for Experimental Biology Annual Conference in Prague, July 2 to 5, 2024. that's on phys.org. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.